Sun's a bit hazy, checking the forecast. Things looking crazy, a storm on the horizon. The pressure is low, gotta get moving, put on a show. The news is all buzzing, state of alert. We've got a plan, we're ready to work. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. See a little fire or a rising flood, we're a well-oiled machine, we're running in the mud. From the city hall meetings to the rescue teams, turning worst case scenarios into hopeful dreams. We're training the people, we're stocking the gear, we're the team you can count on when trouble is near. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. It's more than a job, it's a calling, you see. Prepared for the present and what's yet to be. Every second counts, we're ready to react for our communities. We're making an impact. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. Yeah, we're picking you up, we're ready to go. EMA, let's get this show on the road.
Let's get this show on the road, guys. What do you say? Let's kick this can. Let's do this thing. Everybody, my name's Ron Tyler. I'm with Emergency Management Associates, and I am, in fact, the president of Emergency Management Associates. We're coming to you from the Area Command, 392 miles west of Kitty Hawk Beach, North Carolina. We want to welcome everybody to our show today. We've got some things to talk about, guys. Primarily, our number one topic today is going to be solar flares and earthquakes. Solar flares and earthquakes. Solar flares contribute to earthquakes. That's what we're talking about tonight. We've had some solar flares hit us, guys. We had quite a few solar flares hit us. Yesterday, this sunspot on the sun contributed to the solar wind, which is reaching us today. The solar wind is reaching us today. It was going about 3.2 kilometers, or 3.2 thousand kilometers per second. 3.2 thousand kilometers per second. That's fast. That's like a windmill flying around and taking off its post and flying out into the wind. Unreal. That's how much wind we're talking about. That is the speed of light. That's the speed of light. Coronal hole 4662 was Earth facing 2 days ago. The solar wind stream flowing from this zone was expected to reach our planet beginning today, June 3rd into June 4th. Currently, active geomagnetic conditions KP4 with a chance of minor G1 geomagnetic storm happening today and is expected. KP5 should also be expected, guys. That is a huge increase. KP5 is a huge increase. 3 solar events happened today and happened on June 2nd as well. On Tuesday, June 2nd, 2 coronal mass ejections directed towards the solar east. Directed to the solar east. UTC 4000, 4 a.m. UTC. The first event was a filament liftoff, meaning a solar flare going out into space, a filament, guys, a solar mass ejecting from the sun, a filament in the southeast quadrant beginning at 0935, which is 0535 Eastern Daylight Time today. This resulted in the first CMA visible on GOES-19 imagery. GOES-19 imagery, guys, unreal. Unreal, guys. This is what it looked like. That's a solar filament. This is exactly what it was. Now, guys, this was big. This was big. This resulted in the first coronal mass ejection visible in GOES-19 imagery. The second event was a large eruption from behind the northeast limb off the backside of the sun that we're not seeing right here. That first became visible at 1940 UTC, which is 1540, 3:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This was responsible for the second and largest coronal mass ejection here. Okay, this was the second and larger coronal mass ejection here. The third event was an M3, an M-class 3.3 around Earth-facing sunspot 4455. Let me bring that up right now. 4455 is right here. Now, guys, I'm going to play this for you. I want you to see what's going on here. I've got actually movie type from Solar Ham. Watch this. That's a solar filament we saw launching the sun, out of the sun. East limb, guys, right there. Three eruptive events are happening right here. 2, East limb eruption. 1, 2, 3. 3 eruptions here. 1 down to the south and 2 more off the east limb. That's huge. That is absolutely huge, guys. Had you guys had any idea what was going on? The M-class 3.3 solar flare facing the Earth. Okay? That took place at the same time as East Limb eruption. M-class 3.3 flare around AR 4455, which is a sunspot that you see here, did show coronal dimming, less light. However, a noteworthy CME does not appear associated with this event. A noteworthy CME, coronal mass ejection, is not appearing to be associated with this event here. A weak transiency may be possible. A transient weak coronal mass ejection may be possible during the next 24 hours, with sunspot 4455 being the most likely place to produce a flare. It's just a matter of time, guys. It's just a matter of time. A solar flare measuring M-class 9.3, the largest M-class flare that is associated with the sun today. We've had M-class 9.3s before. This is M-class, not an X-class, but an M-class. Launched yesterday about 0136 UTC, which is 9:36 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time last night. A fairly faint coronal mass ejection is now emerging in new imagery from SOHO. Okay? The M-Class 9.3 flare was associated with a faint halo CME. A faint halo CME. I'm going to go back to that movie now. Want you to watch it again. Let's go back and watch that faint halo eruption here. There it is right there. That is that faint CME halo. Halo meaning some of the plasma radiation came back down on the sun. Halo eruption. Okay? Now, it was appeared to be Earth-directed. An initial tracking model by NASA shows a potential passage past our planet sometime on Friday, June 5th. Multiple coronal mass ejections were observed leaving the sun today. At least 2 have been modeled and is showing a combined impact during the next 24 to 78 hours on June 4th, tomorrow. Okay? 2 of these solar flares that you've seen here today are going to hit the Earth between tomorrow and Friday. Between tomorrow and Friday. A solar G-Class 1 geomagnetic storm watch has been issued for June 4th and June 5th. Okay, I want to repeat that. A strong G1 geomagnetic storm has been issued, a storm watch has been issued for tomorrow and Friday. Aurora sky watchers at middle to high latitudes should be alert over the next several days should an impact unfold as forecast. Watch it, guys. Watch it. Hyperactive sunspot 4455 just touched as X-class level. X-class 1.07 at 11:28 UTC, 07:28 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time today. 07:28 a.m. Eastern Time today. 7:28 a.m. Although bright, this event may not have been eruptive at some point in the previous M-class solar flares early this morning. Okay, the X 1.07 may not have been as bright as the M-class flares. An M-class 7.7 flare at 07 UTC, 2 a.m. this morning. It did launch a CME into space with most northward trajectory, but a north Earth-directed component may be possible. Okay, may be possible. Let me play you another movie here. Want to show you what's going on here. Let me show you this model here. Watch this, guys. Do you see that solar flare there? Let's see it again, right there. Okay? That model may hit the northern part of our planet tomorrow and or on Friday. Look at that. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. Okay? Now, this can happen. Mostly northward trajectory, but a Earth-directed component may be possible, meaning the plasma radiation that was shot out from the sun, part of that may be a possible direct hit, or it may glance off the northern edge of the planet. Okay? A further update regarding the M-Class 7 and the X-Class 1.1 flare may be provided at a later time. More flaring is possible today into tomorrow. I want to repeat that. More solar flares are possible today and into tomorrow. We're going to watch this. We're going to make sure what happens, and if something does happen, or that may be something that we may want to pay attention to, we'll notify you about it as soon as it happens. Hold on a second. Another spam call, just a second. I thought I had this on Do Not Disturb. Hold on a second. I want to make sure this doesn't happen again because these stupid spammers keep hitting this phone. If it's not on Do Not Disturb, they'll hit it again and again and again, over and over again. Okay? Hold on a second. Okay, I've got it on Do Not Disturb. We're not going to get bothered again. But guys, these solar flares cause earthquakes. They have caused earthquakes we've already seen today. Okay? We've seen some large earthquakes today. Now, these earthquakes may get larger than what we've seen today. Earthquakes that we've seen today may get larger than ever. They may get larger up to 6.0, 6.5 earthquakes. The earthquakes that we've seen today are fives. Fives, guys. Those are large earthquakes. These large earthquakes may turn into very strong 6.0, 6.9 earthquakes. I'm putting that out there for you. When we have solar flares like we've had today and even yesterday, these earthquakes can become larger. It depends on the plasma radiation that's hitting the earth and everything else going on with that. Now, as I've said before, I want to explain this to you. I don't want anybody to understand it wrong. Yes, we're having earthquakes. Yes, the solar flares are partially responsible for that. Now, guys, this may get rough. This could get really rough before it gets even better. Okay? Now, what happens when we have solar flares? The plasma radiation from the sun reaches out to the earth within 36 to 72 hours. 3 days mostly, most of the time. Sometimes it could be because of the solar wind going so fast through space over light speed, guys, light speed. Once it gets over that threshold, then the plasma radiation can reach the earth within 2 days. We usually say 2 to 3 days. When the plasma radiation hits the earth, it goes through the magnetosphere. Okay? Right now, we're in a solar maximum. Because the solar maximum has been so intense, our geomagnetic place around the earth is not able to protect us as much as it has been. Our magnetosphere has not been able to protect us as much as it has been in the past. Because of that, more and more cosmic rays are getting through the atmosphere. More and more meteorites are also penetrating the atmosphere. And yes, we're seeing meteors hit the earth today. They've hit. We talked about that some yesterday. Also, the plasma radiation goes through the magnetosphere into the atmosphere. And heating up the planet, guys, the plasma radiation goes through our atmosphere, heating up our planet, heating up our atmosphere. When the plasma radiation hits the earth, it has an effect on each and every living being on this planet, plants and animals. It can affect plants and animals. It can affect our brains. It can affect the way our body works. It can affect every body, including all the animals. Okay? Besides that, when the plasma radiation hits the earth like this, okay, it penetrates our ground. Penetrates the ground, guys. When it does that, what happens? Okay? We talked about this before. I'm going to speak to it again. When it hits our earth, all of the tectonic plates, all of the earthquake faults are penetrated. The earthquake faults are held in place by friction. The earthquake faults are held in place by friction. When the plasma radiation penetrates the ground, it heats up all the stuff that's held those plates and the earthquake faults in place. All the dirt, all the rock, all the grime, all the biological materials heated up, it turns into a greasy, oily-like substance, allowing the plates, and also the faults, and the tectonic plates to move more freely like this. That's what's causing earthquakes. The solar flares penetrate the ground, heating up all that gunk and grime that's been holding the plates and the faults in place. And when that happens, that oily, greasy-like substance is heated up, allows the plates and the faults to more freely move like this. That causes earth movement, earth faulting movement, earthquakes. That's what we're seeing here today. I'm showing you the Russia Kamchatka Russia Peninsula here. We've had earthquakes here today. The largest earthquake was off the southeast side, the southeast corner of the Kamchatka Russia Peninsula. This is a large 5.2 earthquake, 125 miles southeast of Uyushka, Russia. 125 miles off the coast. Look where this earthquake was. On the edge of the tectonic plate. Edge of the tectonic plate. In this case, this is on the Pacific Ocean side of the plate. Over here is the obtuse plate. Over here is the obtuse plate here. Okay? Now, several months ago, guys, we had an 8.8 earthquake. The USGS said it was an 8.8 anyway. As I pointed out at that time, that earthquake was actually 9.2 major quake. Not just an 8.8 major quake, it was 9.2 earthquake. Very much stronger. 4 times as strong. 4 times as strong, guys. That resulted in a full plate rupture between the obtuse plate here and the Pacific plate here. A full plate rupture, guys, caused that 9.2, maybe even a 9.3 earthquake. Very strong earthquake. That caused a tsunami to hit on the west coast of North America. Canada and the United States. That tsunami also went across the entire Pacific Rim, all the way down here to Hawaii, all the way down here to Japan, all the way down here to Tonga, or I shouldn't say Tonga, Taiwan, the Philippines down here, into Indonesia, even over here in the Southeast Asia here, and all the way down here to Australia and the South Pacific Islands here, and also over to South America. West coast of South America was hit by the tsunami. If any of you were watching my program at the time, that's what happened. Today we had a large 5.2 earthquake here. Large 5.2 earthquake right there. Now we also had some aftershocks. This is the 4.7 aftershock. 4.7 aftershock, guys. This is 18 miles deep. Very shallow quake. This is a 4.7 earthquake here. Also 88 miles deep. Still a fairly shallow quake. Down here to the south here, this was a 4.5 earthquake, aftershock. Also 38 miles deep. Still a fairly shallow earthquake. Okay? Now you can see other small quakes and tremors over here in the Aleutian Islands. Nothing big hit Alaska at all today. Nothing big hit Alaska at all. Over here on the western perimeter of Alaska here, this was a 3.4 small earthquake. Going up here to the northwest here, south of the Arctic Circle, we had another 3.7 small quake here. Over at Mount McKinley, Denali National Park, we had a 2.1 minor earthquake hit here. 2.1 minor earthquake here at Mount McKinley today. Okay? Over towards Anchorage, Alaska, the capital of Alaska here. Here we had a 1.8 tremor here near Point McKenzie. 1.8 tremor over here near Point McKenzie. Just across the bay, just across the Cook Inlet here. 1.8 tremor here. Again, Anchorage did not feel that. Nobody can feel nobody can even feel tremors or minor earthquakes. Very high minor earthquakes, 2.8, 2.9, might be felt by very sensitive people. But anything less than that, nobody can feel. 3.0, 3.9 small quakes and larger can be felt by almost anybody. Nothing major happened here in Alaska at all. Okay? Now, I want to go south here. USGS is not showing any earthquakes here in Japan. That's a fallacy. That is an absolute lie. Okay? I'm going to bring up my device here. I'm going to show you earthquakes here in Japan. Earthquakes in Japan, guys. They happen here. Just because USGS says nothing happened doesn't mean it's true. Now I want to go over here northwest of Tokyo. This is Doshi Yamanashi, Japan. A 2.6 minor earthquake here. 2.6 minor earthquake here. Doshi Yamanashi, Japan. Right over here on the western side of Japan, right here. Okay? Just south of there. This is Hakone, Kanagawa, Japan. This is a 2.9, 3.0 earthquake here. 2.9, 3.0 earthquake here. Going further south off the coast, just barely off the coast here. This is a 3.1 earthquake there. 3.1 small earthquake there. Now, let's go over to central Japan, to south central Japan. Right about here. This is Miyagi, Tokyo. This is, I'm sorry, no, it's not. This is Takakatsuki, Japan, Osaka, Japan. Takakatsuki, Okinawa, Japan. Osaka, I'm sorry. Takatsuki, Okasawa. Let me try this one more time. I don't speak Japanese at all. Not even my wildest dreams. This Takakatsuki, Osaka, Japan. This is a 3.7 earthquake right there. These are small earthquakes. Small earthquakes only. Okay? Over south of Japan. South of Japan down here. Right here. Now, guys, this is different. This is different. Down here, south of Japan. This is what they call the Ryukyu Islands here. 68 miles southwest of Korea, Japan, in the Ryukyu Islands. This is a 4.7 earthquake. 4.7 earthquake here. Okay? Now that island there, this island here is a volcano. This is Yakushima, Japan. We have a volcano right there. We have a volcano right here that has erupted in the past. It hasn't erupted in the past little while, but it has erupted. Yakushima, Japan. Okay? I wanted to point it out to you because at some point in time, and I believe it could happen this year because it hasn't happened in almost a year, this volcano could erupt. Okay? Now, they're not showing anything over here towards Taiwan. No earthquakes over in Taiwan whatsoever. But over here in central Philippines, we have some earthquakes. Right here. Central Philippines. Mapanas, Philippines. This is a 3.1 earthquake here. 3.1 earthquake. South of there, this is also a 3.1 earthquake here. We go down to the south here. off the central east coast of Mindanao, Philippines. Off the central east coast of Mindanao, Philippines. This is the largest island in the Philippines. This is called Mindanao, Philippines. Off the central part of the island here, we had another 3.2 earthquake there. 3.2 earthquake right there. We go further to the south, okay? Just off the coast of the southern end of Mindanao, Philippines here. This is a 3.6 earthquake. 3.6 earthquake there. Okay. Now we go south over here. Okay. We go south into northern Indonesia. Here we have a 3.2 earthquake. 3.2 earthquake. I'm going to bring this up on the USGS map. I want you to understand what's going on here. USGS is only showing one earthquake over here. East Java, Indonesia. East Java, Indonesia right here. They're showing us only one earthquake in all of Indonesia. This happens to be a 5.0 large earthquake. 5.0 large earthquake here, guys. Okay? I want you to understand what's actually going on here. 5.0 large earthquake. Now, guys, that's bad. This is very bad. They want us to believe nothing's going on. They would have us believe nothing's going on here. Now, guys, let me show you something. Okay, this is where that 4.9 earthquake is. 4.9, 5.0 large earthquake. They say it's a 4.9, but again, we know that USGS downgrades earthquakes. They downgrade earthquakes to the nearest 0.9. 0.9 society is alive and well. 4.9, 5.0 earthquake over here, east of Java, Indonesia. But the fact of the matter is this. Let me show you something. Look at all these earthquakes east of Java. It's not just that. Okay. I counted 63 earthquakes here in Indonesia today. 63. USGS shows one. 63 earthquakes here in Indonesia today. The United States Geological Survey shows one earthquake. That's pretty bad. That's very sad. Over here in southwestern Australia, USGS not showing this earthquake. Kalkobiti, Western Australia, 3.4 earthquake here. 3.4 earthquake right there. Let me see if they'll show it to us here. It's right there. Kalkobiti, Western Australia, 3.4 small earthquake right there. USGS not showing to us. Okay? That's pretty sad. Then we go over here to the east, to the South Pacific Islands here. Over here, Vanuatu region, southern Vanuatu region. Here we have a 5.6 large earthquake. 5.6 large earthquake, guys. That's a big deal. This is a big deal right here. 5.6 earthquake. This is 6.0 kilometers deep. 6.0 kilometers deep. 6.0 miles deep, 10 kilometers deep. Vanuatu region. Again, this earthquake happened out here in the Pacific Ocean. No islands anywhere around it. Nobody even felt this earthquake at all. This was a 5.7 large earthquake. There was no tsunami at all. There was absolutely no tsunami at all. You're not going to have a tsunami unless it's 6.5 or larger. 6.5 or larger, then you'll have maybe a tsunami. Maybe. Depends on how this earthquake hit. Now, guess what? USGS is also not showing all these earthquakes here in New Zealand. All kinds of earthquakes here. 28 earthquakes here in New Zealand. 28 earthquakes here in New Zealand. Up here to the north, the Southern Kermadec Islands. Southern Kermadec Islands, we have a 3.47 earthquake. The Kermadec Islands are a bird sanctuary. Nobody lives on those islands. The only time any scientists even go there to check on the birds, they go there during high tide. Why? Because the Kermadec Islands are only volcanic rock. Volcanic rock. Just below the breakers here, just below the waves, are very large volcanic rocks beneath the surface. The scientists attempted to go here during low tide. The boats will be penetrated by the rock beneath it, and boats would sink. They only go here during high tide or by helicopter. But a 3.4 small earthquake happened here in the Southern Kermadec Islands today. Other earthquakes are also here. Look at all these earthquakes here. Going down into the Bay of Plenty here, that catcher's mitt that you see here, the catcher's mitt that you see here, earthquakes down in the northern catcher's mitt, northern Bay of Plenty. 2.993.0 earthquake. 2.993.0 earthquake here. All kinds of earthquakes here, guys. 12 earthquakes down here north of the Bay of Plenty. 12 of them. All these earthquakes are between 2.0 to 3.4 earthquakes. 2.0, 3.4 earthquakes. Minor earthquakes up to small 3.4 earthquakes in this area here north of the Bay of Plenty. Then we go down here to the northern coast of the North Island. In this case, this is a 2.4 earthquake. 2.4 minor earthquake here. South of there is a 2.6 earthquake there. South there again, a 2.75 earthquake. Now, I'm going to the largest island here. I want you to see what I know about. I want you to see what I see here. Northwest of this lake, Taupo Lake here is a volcano. Taupo Lake is a super volcano here on the North Island of New Zealand. Northwest of Taupo Lake here. Here we have a 2.3 earthquake. We have a 2.3 earthquake right there. Two more earthquakes north of there. We have a 2.34 and a 2.53 earthquake there. All these are minor earthquakes on the northwest side of Taupo Lake, the supervolcano. The volcano is moving, guys. The magma inside Taupo volcano is moving. Okay, minor earthquakes here. Further to the southwest, here we have a 2.57 minor earthquake. 2.57 minor earthquake here. Okay. Now we go down to the southwest side of the North Island of Indonesia here, or Indonesia, New Zealand, North Island of New Zealand. This is a 2.52 earthquake here. 2.52 earthquake. They don't want to show you that, do they? Heavens no, they don't. I'm going to show you something right here. This is Aveyah volcano. Aveyah volcano. Aveyah volcano erupted about 3 years ago. Has not erupted since. It's had no earthquakes since then that they told us about. I've gone through the New Zealand Earthquake Agency. They're not talking about it either. The European Agency doesn't show anything here at Aveyah volcano. But over here to the southeast here, southeast of Aveyah volcano here, this is a 2.32 earthquake here. 2.32 small earthquake. Not a big deal. But look where it's at. It's on the earthquake fault. It's on the earthquake fault. Now that earthquake fault comes out of Fiji. That earthquake fault comes out of Fiji here. Out of Fiji. Now, this earthquake fault coming out of Tonga here, the Tonga Ridge here, goes down the goes down the east side, goes down the east side of the North Island here. Goes down the east side of this island. I want to again remind everybody here what's going to happen. The scientists are telling us that we're going to have an 8.0 earthquake here. An 8.0 major earthquake here, a subduction quake. The Pacific plate is subducting under the Indo-Australian plate here. The Pacific plate is subducting under the eastern side of the Indo-Australian plate here. As a result, we have earthquakes there. The USGS is not telling us about earthquakes here. Let's talk about these earthquakes on the East Coast. This is a 2.6 minor earthquake. Going south, 2.75. $3.1. Going further south, a 2.34. Going further south, a 3.4 small quake. So far we've seen 2 minor earthquakes and 2 small earthquakes here. Going further south along the coastline, 2.2 minor earthquake here. East side of the North Island here is moving. That's because the east side of the North Island is gearing up for an 8.0 earthquake at some point in time. USGS not talking about it. What happens when this earthquake happens tomorrow, or the next day, or 2 weeks, or 2 months, or 2 years from now? USGS would not tell anybody about it. USGS wouldn't tell anybody about it, but all of a sudden, we have a major earthquake. Where did it come from? Why do we talk about these earthquakes now? Because we want to warn the people what's going on. We want to warn and make sure the people here know what's going on. They are expecting an 8.0 major megathrust earthquake here. Because again, the Pacific plate is subducting under the eastern Indo-Australian plate here. That's what's happening here. All kinds of earthquakes here. That's why. That's why. Now, down on the South Island today, down here on the South Island, nobody's showing all these earthquakes here. Why not? Why not? They don't want to admit what's going on here as well. On the northwestern side of the South Island, a 2.37 earthquake. Just south of there, just barely along the coastline, is a 2.39. Then we go over to the Tonga Ridge here. We go south to the Tonga Ridge here. This is a 2.66 earthquake. South and west of there, this is a small 3.36 earthquake. 3.36 earthquake here. South of there, we have a 2.35. Then off the coast here, we go off the coast here, right about there. Here we have a 2.53 earthquake here. Then we go back down to the earthquake fault, the Tonga Trench here. We have a 2.64. 2.64. Now here where you see the west coast here, where you see the west coast, this mountain range is a Tonga Trench. This mountain range here is what they call the Tonga Trench. It's above ground now. Because of volcanic action and subduction, that mountain range exists here. It was the Tonga Trench. Here we have a 2.64 earthquake. And just south there, we have a 2.85 earthquake there. Then almost straight east, we have a 2.29 earthquake there along the east coast of the South Island. It's cold down here. It's cold down here in the south part of New Zealand here. Frigid cold. Why? What else is down here? The Antarctic Ridge here. The Antarctic Ridge here. The southern part of the South Island is frigid. During the summertime, which is wintertime in the northern hemisphere, summertime here the temperatures warm up, but not much. It's still frigid cold down here. Okay? Just want to give you a heads up what's going on here. Okay? USGS is only showing one earthquake in the Fiji Islands region, one earthquake in Indonesia. What a joke. What a joke. Then over here in the South Pacific Ocean, this is a 5.0 earthquake in the Pitcairn Islands. Pitcairn Islands of the Pacific. 5.0 earthquake here. Nobody lives out here. There's no islands out here. Nobody lives here. But here we have a 5.0 large earthquake out here in the South Pacific here. Just for kicks and giggles. Want to go over here to northern Peru. Down here, northern Peru, northeastern Peru, we have another 5.2 large earthquake. 5.2 large earthquake. 56 miles deep, still a fairly shallow earthquake. 24 miles northeast of San Fernando, Peru. Out here in the agriculture region of Peru. The agriculture region of Peru here. Now, guys, I don't know all the villages out here in Peru. I've not researched it at all. But yes, out here to the southwest here, We have towns and villages, maybe even cities here. Now this is out in the Pampas area where the farmland is. Anybody living here may have felt part of this earthquake. It was a large earthquake here. They would have felt it. Okay. USGS shows one earthquake over in northern Chile. One earthquake in northern Chile here. 4.2 earthquake near Legue, Chile. Guess what? Between Tarapaca, Atacama, Chile over here where Legue, Chile is, and down south near Valparaiso, Chile down here, guess what we've had? 48 earthquakes all over South America. 48 earthquakes all over South America. 14 earthquakes down here in central Chile. 14 of them. Going up here into northern Chile here, guess what? 18 earthquakes here. One large earthquake here in northern Peru. Going up here into Colombia here, more earthquakes, guys. Right here, Cundinamarca, Colombia, 2.4 earthquake here. Just north of Cundinamarca, here is a 2.4 earthquake there. Just barely north there, Santander, Colombia, another 2.4 earthquake there. Going further to the northeast here, also in Santander, Colombia, a 2.93.0. 4 earthquakes right in that area. Then we go up here to the north. Santa Marta, Colombia, 2.7, near the coastline here. Right up here. Santa Marta, Colombia, 2.7 earthquake. One other earthquake right just to the northeast, a 3.5. 3.5 in that same area. Then we go over to Venezuela. 3 more earthquakes. 3 more earthquakes here. This is a 2.7 minor earthquake. 2.9 minor earthquake. Going over here to the east, another 2.2 earthquake here. 3 minor earthquakes right here. Northern Venezuela. Incredible, huh? Absolutely is. Absolutely is. Now, guys, I'm not going to end this here. We have more earthquakes. A lot more earthquakes. I'm backing out here. USGS has shown us 1 earthquake over here in Panama. That's all fine and good. That's all fine and good. 4.6 earthquake here in southern Panama. 6.2 miles, 10 kilometers deep. There are 12 earthquakes here. There are 12 earthquakes here in Central America between Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and El Salvador. 12 earthquakes. Guess what? "48 earthquakes here in southern Mexico. 48 earthquakes here in southern Mexico. Do you think USGS is going to show it? Not only no, but hell no. 48 earthquakes here in southern Mexico. Between Guatemala and Puerto Vallarta, 48 earthquakes. These are 3.0, 3.4, 3.5, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.9, 4.0, 4.4 earthquakes here. Lots of earthquakes. Lots of earthquakes here. USGS almost never shows those. Yes, sometimes those show us fours. Sometimes, but not very often. Sometimes, but not very often. Here in southern Mexico here, 4.0 earthquake. Why are they not showing that? Why are they not showing that? There are here others here as well. Here's another 4.0 earthquake there. They're all over here, guys. They're literally all over here. Over here in northern southern Mexico, I shouldn't say northern, but eastern southern Mexico, here's another 4.0 earthquake there. They're not showing any of this. Nothing. 3s and 4s all throughout southern Mexico. Then we go up here to Cabo San Lucas, the southern point of the Baja. Southern point of the Baja here, guys. Guess what? Guess what we have here? 10 plus earthquakes. 10 plus earthquakes. It's interesting, we had as many as 22 people watch this program to just a second ago, then it dropped to 15. Nobody cares about earthquakes. I sometimes wonder why we want to talk about earthquakes when nobody watches it. Nobody watches it. I say in the title what this program is all about. Earthquakes and also solar flares. Solar flares affect earthquakes. Solar flares affect earthquakes. I thought people might want to see this, but apparently people don't. They don't give a darn. Guys, these earthquakes count. These earthquakes count, guys. All over Cabo San Lucas. All over Cabo San Lucas here. Yes, we have Mexican people living down here in Cabo, but we also have tourists from around the world. Down here in the tropic area of Baja, Mexico, sitting in the sun in luxurious comfort in hotels and motels. Incredible. We have earthquakes down there. But apparently nobody even gives a darn. Nobody gives a darn. They should. They should. Northern Baja, Mexico. Northern Baja, Mexico. Right up here. Here we have a 3.1 earthquake here. 3.1. That is northwest of San Felipe. Further northwest of San Felipe, we have another 3.0 earthquake there. 2.9, 3.0 earthquake there. Again, USGS doesn't give a darn. Interesting, but no cigar. No cigar at all. Then we go over here to Imperial Valley, Southern California. Southern California. This is the town of Imperial here. The town of Imperial here. West of Imperial here, we have a 1.0 earthquake. 1.0 tremor here. 1.0 tremor. What else is going on? Down here in a town called El Centro, a major city down here in the Imperial Valley. About 50,000 people here now. major city here in the Imperial Valley. We have 3.0 earthquakes up the butt. There are 9 3.0 earthquakes here in the town of Bell Central, city of Bell Central. 9 3.0 earthquakes here today. USGS isn't talking about it. They're not talking about it. They happen here all the time. All the darn time. We go back up here to the north here. Right up here. This is near the town of Westmoreland. Near the town of Westmoreland. This is a 0.8 microquake here. 0.8 microquake. North of that microquake here, on the southern end of the Salton Sea here, underneath the water here, we have the Salton Butte volcano. The Salton Butte volcano. Guys, this Salton Butte volcano is an active volcano. Active volcano. It's under the water here. Active volcano. We can zoom in here, guys. What do we see? Active mud pots. Active mud pots here, guys. The mud pots here move. The mud pots here move. There is magma down underneath the Salton Butte volcano. Magma down beneath the mud pots as well. That's what's going on here, guys. That's what's going on here. Then we come down here to the south here. Calipatria, California. We have a seismograph here. The seismograph here in Calipatria says we're having anywhere from 75 to 150 earthquakes here every day. 75 to 150 earthquakes a day here in Calipatria. Fact. Fact. Earthquakes as small as a 0.1 microquake, all the way up to 3.5 to 4.0 small, minor, and small earthquakes. Minor and small earthquakes here. Calipatria, California. 150 of them a day. Yeah, every day. Going up here to the southeast side of the Salton Sea here. We come to Bombay Beach here. What's here at Bombay Beach? The San Andreas Fault is here. The San Andreas Fault's here. What else is going on here? Here at Bombay Beach every day. Every day. We have anywhere from 15 to 20 earthquakes here. 15 to 20, 3.0, 4.5 earthquakes every day at Bombay Beach. Every day. Every day. The San Andreas Fault is here. It's active. It's active, guys. It's active. All up and down the southern part of the San Andreas Fault is ready to pop. It's locked and loaded. The scientists are saying it is locked and loaded. We have 10 to 30 or 10 to 20, 3.03, 3.0, 4.5 earthquakes here at Bombay Beach. Earthquakes rock this entire region. Earthquakes rock this entire region. From 1.0 tremors all the way up to 4.5 earthquakes every day. USGS still doesn't want to talk about it. They never do. They're barking up the wrong tree. When something does happen here, I am personally going to hold USGS responsible for anybody that's hurt or even is unalived. I'm going to hold them responsible. Why? Because they should be talking about this. They are the preeminent seismic agency of the world. They know for a fact what's going on here. on the southern San Andreas Fault. They know it's ready to pop. They should be talking about all the earthquakes that happen here, including the tremors and minor earthquakes as well. But they don't. They don't. They are not showing one single darn earthquake or tremor up and down the fault here. Not one. Not one. They go down here into Bombay Beach. They're not showing all the earthquakes here at Bombay Beach. Why not? They should be showing it, guys. When the major earthquake happens, and it's going to be a major earthquake, they've already said that the San Andreas Fault is capable of a 7.5 to an 8.5 earthquake. 7.5 to an 8.5 earthquake here. Major earthquake time. Hundreds of, maybe thousands of people are going to be injured. And tens of thousands of people are also going to be unalived. Because the USGS is not talking about these earthquakes. USGS is not showing them to us. And yes, if we have a scientist from USGS or any other representatives from the USGS, come up in the chat. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to talk to you and ask you specifically why you're not talking about these earthquakes. You ought to be. You ought to be very concerned. Because if you don't tell people what's going on here, you're going to be held responsible for their deaths and their injuries. They have the right to know what's going on. I am the only agency here on YouTube. I'm the only agency here on YouTube that's talking about this. Just a minute ago, we had 20 people watching this program. Now we're down to 13. 12 now. 13 now. Unreal. Guys, I'm very serious about this. I'm very serious about this. The San Andreas Fault could pop at any time now. They know it. They've as much said it, but they're not talking about it now. They're not talking to the news people. They're not talking about the social media at all. I am the only agency that's talking about this at all. It's an active fault. Very active fault. Guys, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Just a couple weeks ago, we had a 5.0 earthquake here in the Imperial Valley. Did they talk about it? Heck yes. They showed all kinds of aftershocks. All kinds of aftershocks. 500 aftershocks here. Then 2 days later, they took them all down. They took them all down. The San Andreas Fault comes down here into Bombay Beach here. Then it goes underneath the Salton Sea here. Comes out from underneath the Salton Sea down here near Calpatria. Down here near Calpatria here. Then it goes kind of to the southwest here, over towards Westmoreland. Then from Westmoreland, it cuts through the center of the Imperial Valley here, from the center of the Imperial Valley here, down into Holtville. Down here in Holtville. Then it crosses the border into northern Mexico here. Crosses the border into northern Mexico here. And you can see this, the San Andreas Fault goes down here into the Gulf of California. It goes down here into the Gulf of California, guys, all the way down here to the southern side of southern Mexico. The southern side of southern Mexico. Guys, we're going to have a major earthquake here. We're going to have a major earthquake. It's inevitable. Already today, in the Pacific Northwest, the southern Pacific Northwest, in the Cascade subduction zone, we had a very large 5.7 earthquake here. A very large 5.7 earthquake off the west side of Pistol River, Oregon. Off the southern west side of Pistol River, Oregon here. It's border region of Northern California and Oregon here. 96 miles west-southwest of Pistol River, Oregon. Very large 5.7 earthquake. Guys, this is right between the Gorda Ridge and the Cascadia subduction zone. Right between the Gorda Ridge and the Cascadia subduction zone here. The Cascadia subduction zone is alive and well. Yes, the Cascadia subduction zone is capable of a 9.0 to 10.0 earthquake up here, just off the coast of Seattle, Tacoma area here. Just off the coast of Vancouver, Seattle, Tacoma area here. 9.0, 10.0 earthquake. We talked to you about what's going to happen. It's going to be a deadly earthquake. Today here in the southern Cascadia subduction zone, we had a large, very large 5.7 earthquake. Everybody here needs to be concerned. You all need to be concerned, guys. We've had these earthquakes here before. About 3.5 years ago, just south of this 5.7, we had a 6.4 earthquake here. 6.4 earthquake out here on the Pacific off of Northern California. Way down here to the south. 6.4 major earthquake, or very strong earthquake. That earthquake did a lot of damage over here in the Ferndale, California. Ferndale, California, Del Rios, California area here. A big deal. Killed 2 people. It unalived 2 people and injured others. Yet this 6.4 was off the coast in the Cascadia subduction zone region. Should you be concerned? Absolutely should. Absolutely should be. Guys, we are gearing up to have a major earthquake here. We're gearing up to have a major earthquake here. Right here on the Gorda Escarpment. Over here to the west of the Cascadia subduction zone. The triple junction here. This area is this triple junction here you can see on your map. You can see it on your map here. The triple junction here. Right there. We have earthquakes west of the triple junction here. Guys, this earthquake right here. This is also a large 5.1 earthquake. A large 5.1 earthquake here on the Gorda Escarpment. On the Gorda Escarpment here, west of the triple junction. This is the 3.9, 4.0 earthquake. This is a 2.8 earthquake here, minor earthquake. Throughout here to the west, this is a 4.5 moderate earthquake here on the Gorda Escarpment. These are aftershocks. These are aftershocks of the 5.1. So guys, we've had two large earthquakes in this region today. Over here on the San Andreas here, we have a 1.8 tremor here. 1.8 tremor here. Everybody needs to be aware of this. It can go at any time. The Cascadia subduction zone could go at any time. 9.0, 10.0 earthquake. The seismic energy is going to be echoed up here into Alaska and all the way down south into northern Mexico. via the San Andreas Fault. It's going to echo down the Cascade subduction zone here to Northern California. In 2019, Chris Goldfinger, the professor now emeritus of University of Oregon. In 2019, he had a seminar of geologists and seismologists here in San Francisco, California. Held a meeting here in San Francisco, California, where he told them that the Cascade subduction zone would trigger the San Andreas Fault. Can trigger the San Andreas Fault. We have all kinds of cities and small towns up and down the coast of Northern California, all up and down the coast of Oregon and the coast of Washington State. Not just the coast, but the entire state of Washington and all the states across the entire United States. This earthquake is going to echo all the way across the North American continent, all the way across the North American continent until earthquake rattles over here on the East Coast at a possibility of a 5.0 large earthquake here on the East Coast. That's what's going to happen. The earth is going to rattle like a bell. It's going to ring like a bell. Everyone's going to be affected. There's going to be a tsunami afterwards. Within 20 to 30 minutes after it happens. The last tsunami they found out, of years of looking, they found out the tsunami reached Japan one day after it happened, after the earthquake. Tsunami over here in Japan. Japanese people kept records. That's why we know the date and time of that earthquake in Washington, the Cascade earthquake. The Cascade earthquake, which is going to echo all the way down to northern Mexico and all the way across the North American continent, US and Canada. US and Canada, guys. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, I want to talk about something else here that's very important. Right down here at the US-Mexican border here, we have a major fire going on here. We have a major fire going on. Now, guys, this is important. Listen up. You're going to want to hear this. You're going to want to hear this. There's a 2,600 acre brush fire on the US-Mexican border here in San Diego. A big deal. It's huge. It's huge, guys. Let me take you over News 8.
All right.
Let me take you over CBS News Channel 8 in San Diego County. They're going to talk about this earthquake here. I mean, not earthquake, this fire here at the US-Mexican border. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. It's over here west of Tecate and goes north over to Pine Valley, East San Diego County. It's a big deal earthquake. Well, a big deal fire, I mean. Big deal fire.
This is a look of a map, an evacuation order and warning map. This is out in Campo. We're keeping an eye on a brush fire on Tussle Road on the Campo Indian Reservation. It's burning toward the 8 freeway, and that's now been closed in that area. The fire started around 1 o'clock this afternoon, and CAL FIRE's last update from just a few minutes ago shows it's 100 acres. So in 2 hours, it has exploded to 100 acres at 0% containment, and it's spreading toward the 8. There are several areas under evacuation orders, some under warnings. If you are in this area, please ready your bags and be prepared to leave immediately. If you are in a red zone, that's a warning. You need to go now. The evacuation point is Golden Acorn Casino. If you're not sure of your zone, you can type in your address on protect.genassys.com. Okay, we'll keep you updated as it continues to progress, and just stay with us.
Okay, there's more to it. This earthquake started early this morning, or this fire started early this morning. I keep calling it earthquake, it was a fire. This fire started early this morning. I'm going to now take you over to Fox 5 San Diego. I want you to see this. Again, this is a big deal. Okay, this isn't going. Give me just a second. I'm going to bring it up here. This fire actually started early this morning.
All right, this is a look of a map, an evacuation order and warning map. This is out in Campo. We're keeping an eye on a brush fire on Tussle Road on the Campo Indian Reservation. It's burning toward...
Okay, I'm sorry. That's not it. I'm sorry, guys.
If you're a senior homeowner, you're entitled to a...
Just give me a second here.
Crews battle a fast. An evacuation warning is now in effect as crews battle a fast-moving brush fire. This is near our southern border.
So far, this Border 6 fire has burned 700 acres. It is 0% contained. This fire sparked Monday in Tijuana. It spread to the Otay Mountain Wilderness. This is on the U.S. side of the border overnight. An active smoke advisory is now in place for areas near Tecate and Campo. Meantime, an overnight shelter has now been set up at the Spring Valley Community Center.
This morning, a brush fire is burning south of Dilzura. Evacuation warnings are currently in effect. The fire is 1,000 acres on the U.S. side, burning at a moderate rate of spread. Right now, there is 5% containment, so that is an improvement from the 0% that we were reporting just about an hour ago. There's a temporary evacuation site at Steel Canyon High School that's located on Campo Road.
Okay, that's actually what's going on. It's now up to 1,000 acres, guys, on the U.S. San Diego southeast part of San Diego County. A big deal. A great big deal, guys. Want to report that to you because it's a big deal, and it could reach even further even. They only have it 5% contained, 1,000 acres. It's going to go way over that by tonight, okay? We have winds coming in from the west. Ocean winds are coming from the west. The ocean winds are going to increase the size of the fire. It may go up the Chocolate Mountains and may even go over the mountain into the Imperial County. That's why it's important. That's why I'm telling you about it. Huge fire over there in southeast San Diego County. Do I have any questions about it? Hurricane Heather says it's now over 2,600 acres and growing. 2,600 acres and growing. Thanks for that, Heather. I appreciate it. Does anybody have any questions about that? Does anybody have any questions about that? Now, we were talking about earthquakes in the Pacific Northwest. I know a lot of you either live there or you have relatives that are living there, or friends or neighbors living in northwestern Washington, up in Washington, Oregon, and over in Northern California. I know you do. I've talked to some of you. I've also talked to the residents and friends over there in that area. Guys, that is a big earthquake fault. Huge, dangerous earthquake fault. It's going to go. I guarantee you it's going to go. 5.7, 5.1 earthquake on the southern part of the Cascade earthquake fault. It's a big deal. Guys, you need to prepare. On Friday, we're going to talk about more earthquake preparedness, especially in the Northern California and Washington, Oregon area. We're going to talk more and more about that in the coming days. Guys, you need to be prepared for whatever happens. I promise it's going to happen. And unless you're prepared, it's going to happen to you. I hate to say that, but it could happen to you. Now, before we end this program, you see our PayPal scrolling across the bottom of your screen. There is where you can give us donation to our program to keep us on the air. It takes a lot of money to keep us on the air, $258 a month just for bandwidth alone. Guys, we'd appreciate you being able to help keep us on the air by giving us donations to our program. I've not seen any donations whatsoever come in Super Chats today while we've been on the air. Haven't received any donation Super Chats while we've been on the air. Here's the time you can now go over to our PayPal and send us donations to keep this program on the air. We'd appreciate it very much. Okay? Also, on the other line here, you see our addresses. Our email address here is rlt&spdema@gmail.com. There you can leave us comments about our program, leave us questions about things that you might have seen on this program. Also, leave us ideas what you want to see on this program. We'll do it. Simple as that. Also, after this program is over, right below the video here, you can see his comments. Please, guys, please leave us positive comments about what you've seen today. It's important. YouTube has several analytical factors they look at. Number one, the number of likes you give to this program. Give us thumbs up, guys. We'd greatly appreciate it. Give us thumbs up, guys. That will help us keep us on the air as well. Number two, they look at the number of people watching our program. Watch a program for as long as possible. Watch a program for as long as possible. They look at the numbers of people watching our program. Third, they look at the time you've been watching our program, guys. They look at the number of minutes and even hours that you watch a program. The longer you watch our program, the better off it is, because they will then allow other people on YouTube to watch our program. Comments, the amount of time you watch our program, the number of people watching our program, and what else? Likes. Those four analytical factors will factor in whether YouTube is going to allow anyone else to watch our program here on YouTube. It's important. It's very important to keep this program in the air. We appreciate your support. We really do. We appreciate all of our moderators here. I don't know what we'd do without you guys. We'd love you very much. Also, those of you who are watching our program now, please, if you've been here over a year, email me. If you want to be a moderator on our program, email me your phone number, your contact information, so we can talk on the phone about you being a moderator. And if you qualify to be a moderator, I'll give you the promotion to a moderator status if you're watching our program on a frequent basis. On a very frequent basis, we need you here on the program for the entire program. Yes, we get trolls here on the program. Heather and Renee that are here tonight, and others here seeing trolls on this program in the chat. We don't need them here. We need them controlled. We need them controlled and taken off this program. Also, you can also help our other people here watching our program by giving advice and counsel about preparedness and emergencies and disasters we talked about in this program. We need our moderators here, guys. We need all of you here. I thank you for all being here, guys. I really do. We love you being here. We love all of our EMA family here. Love all of you. I hate saying this, but it goes without saying. We love all of you. Now, I want to talk about something special here. We talked about a lot of nonsense, a lot of negative things that go on here in our world. But today, right now, I want to talk about some spiritual matters. I want to lift your spirits. I'm going over in 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Chapter 3, verses 1 and 2 here. It says, "And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Christ." Babes in Christ. I fed you with milk and not with meat. For hitherto you were not able to bear it. Not able to bear it. You may not be able to be fit to eat meat. Neither yet are ye able. Verse 3. For ye are yet carnal. For whereas there is among you envying and strife and divisions, are ye not carnal, and walk as men? For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollos, are ye not carnal? Who then is Paul? And who is yet Apollos? But minister by whom ye believed, even as I, the Lord, gave to every man. I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. God gave the increase here. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but God giveth the increase. Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one. Every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. For we are as laborers together with God. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building. Ye are God's building. All of us are servants of God. All of us are servants of God. All of us are servants of God. Heather said she tried to give us a super chat. She wasn't able to. I don't know why YouTube's not letting you do that. Might keep trying to do it. Might work. You've done it before. But I'm sorry you're not able to do that. God bless all of our moderators. God bless all of you. Let us be servants in God's kingdom. God's given us scripture, guys. He gave us scripture. Read the scriptures. Get knowledge. Obtain knowledge from God. The more knowledge we have, the more spiritual beings we're going to become. God gave us milk because some of us were not able to eat meat when we were babies. Just like that. Now we are in God's kingdom on the earth today. We may be able to eat meat, but maybe we need to back off a little bit. Maybe we need to read scriptures well and grow and flourish in our testimony of Jesus Christ. Let's do that. Let's do that, guys. Let's do that. I love you guys. I have a testimony of Jesus Christ. I love him. I honor him. I am his servant here on this earth. I'm just one of many servants on this earth. May God bless us. We may all have a testimony and obtain a testimony of Jesus Christ. Let's do that. Let's find out what Christ would have us do. And then, as a friend of mine, Spencer Kibble, said, do it. Do it. May God bless you this night and forever. That's my prayer for each one of us. May God bless us this night forever. May God give us the things we need. May God be with you this night forever. If anything else happens tonight, we'll be back on the air tonight or tomorrow morning or whenever it happens. If anything major goes down, we'll be back on the air to tell you about it as soon as the information becomes available. We've done it before, we'll do it again. We spent hours on end, even 24 hours on the air several years ago. We can do it again. We will do it again if it's necessary. I'm here to protect everybody. I'm here to give you all the information you need when it's available. Now, guys, we're going to get out of here. It's already nearly 7 o'clock p.m. We came on the air just before 5. That means we've been on the air almost 2 hours, unfortunately. I've given you information, guys. I've given you information because it's necessary. I've given you information so you can prepare yourselves for any kind of emergency as to earthquakes. They're going to happen. They're most assuredly going to happen. God be with you until we meet again. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, just after 4 p.m. Eastern Time on the Emergency Management Associates channel. Share this channel for everywhere around the world. Share it everywhere. Your family, your friends, your extended family, your neighbors, people you associate with on social media, and also the people you work with. Share it far and wide. God be with you until we meet again, guys. Have a good night. Take care, everybody. God bless. Enjoy. Good night.
Here at Emergency Management Associates, we're dedicated and true, bringing you the essential knowledge, helping you see things through. From disaster preparedness to navigating recovery's embrace, we're here to guide you in every unpredictable time and place. We break down the complex, make it easy to grasp and absorb, sharing strategies for safety, the vital lessons you can't afford to hoard. So thank you for watching, and thank you so much for your sub. You're a key part of our growing family, a member of our knowledge club. With every like, every share, and every comment you send our way, our critical message spreads further, helping more people every single day. Together we're stronger and more prepared. That's the truth we all abide. You help us build resilience with nowhere for uncertainty to hide. Your engagement truly inspires us. Your feedback acts as a guiding light, helping us continually grow and making our channel's future bright. We're always learning, always striving to be better, bring you the most up-to-date information, no matter the weather. Emergency Management Associates is here for you now and forever. it's true. Keep watching, keep learning, because we truly appreciate all that you do. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.